Hi family, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to our channel. So when I am seated here, you know I am here to talk. But today I am doing story time. I am doing a story time for you guys because I felt like I haven't done story time in a while. And just for your information, whenever I get to be a bit pressed on doing story time, it's because I was probably triggered. So I was triggered to actually come do this story time immediately when I knock off. I got home, didn't even change, and I am here to do that story time for you guys because you guys are triggering me all the time. And I'm simply doing this because a lot of my followers are young people and they could really learn a few things from my experience, especially. And if you have gone through a similar experience of what I'm about to share, please also just do come in the comment section and really just tell us about your experience. So let's get into the video. So disclaimer, I'm not going to mention anybody's name, and I'm not doing this because I am bitter. Laughing, but I'm not doing this because I'm bitter, but I just want to create awareness. I'm doing awareness on my channel, so if never mind. So the story that I'm about to tell you guys is about how this specific man that I loved so much with all my heart I'm laughing now because it's funny, but I'm laughing, it's also serious at the same time. Is bringing back a beautiful sad memories. But yeah, I need to share this with you guys because this man really broke my heart. Okay, so I was in a relationship with a certain individual and I loved him. I loved this man so much. I loved him so much, shame. And he took a knife and stabbed directly into my chest. So this is what guys, I'm joking. Let me quickly laugh off camera and then I can come back. Okay, I'm back. And yes, I was joking. If there is one thing about me that I will never do on this channel, is come and expose a certain individual that I was involved with. If you know you dated me, if you know we had a relationship that was barely on genuineness and we sincerely just loved each other and it didn't work, please let me assure you right now that I will never come on this channel and expose you like that, because I strongly believe that I dated everybody that I dated, and we had a good time and I loved this individual so much. And to come on my channel and talk about my experience, hell no. I respect everybody that I had a relationship with, and we created beautiful memories together that I will cherish for the rest of my life. So I'm never coming on here and giving you guys story time about somebody that broke my heart, somebody that did what to me. No, we are not doing that here. Here is all about love. Whatever happened in the past had made us who we are, okay? So I am not here to talk about no man, but I will keep the title as such because you guys love to hear us being broken. I'm not going to share anything of being heartbroken, especially not romantically. But I'm going to share with you guys something that really broke my heart in the past. But this is simply because I was triggered to do this. And you know, all my story time is basically just to teach if there is no lesson in my story, then there's no need to share it. Why am I sharing something that nobody is able to learn anything from? So this was triggered because something happened to somebody I know, and I just felt like, let me come on here and create awareness, not necessarily awareness, just to warn people, just to be a bit cautious about their actions out there. All right, so this story time, this happened, when was it, which year was it? I'm not too sure, but I'm gonna share a picture. I'm not sure which year it was, but I'm gonna share a picture later on. Yeah, the picture is not necessarily going to show what year it was either, but you get my point as we go on. So this specific year, I got in trouble with the law. And I will never forget that experience, because getting in trouble with the law is not cool. Okay, so let me tell you guys what happened. So this specific year, my birthday was on a Monday, right? It was on a Monday. I'm not sure, 20 something, not 2020, I think it was 2019, 2018, somewhere there. Yeah, but I'm just not specifically sure which year it was. So it was my birthday. It was a Monday. I went to work, and then after work, my girlfriends decided, no, let's go for drinks, let's go for dinner, let's just take you out on your birthday. Yeah. So after work, the party was not necessarily a party, but it was just like a dinner. We were like five. We were five? Yeah, we were five or four. We were 4 or 5. We decided to go. All my friends told me, no, let's meet at Sumi. For you guys that are in Windhoek or know about Sumi, it was a restaurant that was opposite city of Windhoek, right down 77. That restaurant, it's closed now, but that's a restaurant that I'm referring to. So we went to sit there. And then I think I had two of my guy friends come over. So my girlfriends and I were drinking wine. And guys, I'm very weak when it comes to alcohol. I'm not much of an alcohol drinker, especially strong alcohol, because I'm naturally weak when it comes to alcohol. So I will have maybe a glass or 2 of wine in a night. If it's a cider, then it will probably be 1 or 2 per night, and then I'm done. That's how bad it is with me. So that specific day, I was driving my friend's car. I had a friend that was, at the moment, she was sick. She was booked off, and I was staying at her place. So when I would come to work, I didn't even have a license that year. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I didn't have a license, but I used to go to work with a car, because I was now staying at my friend's place because she was not well. So I had a car, and then I drove to Sumi, and then we were now having drinks, and the night was so beautiful. So one of my guy friend comes over just to say happy birthday. So I tell him, no, you know what, don't you want to drop us home? Because at this point I was getting drunk. We're drinking dry wine. I know it was dry wine for sure, and I'm not really keen on dry wine, because it's I don't like anything bitter when it comes to alcohol. It should at least have some sort of sweetness in it for me to enjoy it. But for some reason, we just kept drinking dry wine the whole evening. So I asked my friend, no, please drop us home, because one of my friends used to stay in Katutura, the other one used to stay in Windhoek West, the other one was in Komazda. I think at the time I also stayed in Komazda, but I don't know where the 4th one was. I'm not sure, but I know there was one that used to stay in Katutura. So to think of, in my state, I need to drive from town to Katutura, and then probably from Katutura to Komazda, and then obviously we'll drop the one in Windhoek West first, because it's closer to town. So I asked my guy friend, don't you want to drop us home, because you know we are drinking? Then it's like, you know what, they'll tell you, okay, you can just drive. You guys must know where I'm headed to. Anyways, he left because he stays in town. He used to stay the flats that were in town, not 77 though, but other flats. So he left, and then he went home. So after we were done, we were drunk, we were late. All of us were late. Ne? We decided to go home. Now I must go drop off my girlfriend's must. Birthday girl is must drop it. And guys, I looked so hot. I looked so gorgeous on that day. I looked really, really beautiful. And I'm gonna insert a picture so you just have an idea of how I looked. Anyways, I quickly went in the bathroom, and then when I came out of the bathroom, I had two phones at a time. I used to carry both my two phones. So I had two phones. I went in the bathroom, and for some reason I left my phones in the bathroom. So we got in the car, and one thing about me, I would always remember when I don't have my phone, because my phone is always in my hand. So the moment I don't have anything in my hand, that means I left my phone somewhere. So this time it was two phones. So I get in the car, I'm like, my phones, ran back into the bathroom, and we were so happy. I was so guys, when I tell you I was happy, believe me, I was the most happiest girl that day. Hello, it was my birthday. I had all the reasons to be happy. So I went back in the bathroom, and then I just placed my phone on top of the toilet paper holder. I put them there. So I found them there, took them, ran back to the car. All the girlies got in the car, and I started driving. This time it was, I think it was either past 10 or to 10 in the evening. If you guys know how bright the lights in Independence Avenue are, you would understand. So from Sumi, we drove towards Avani, towards the second robots, right? And the street was bright. I forgot to switch on the lights, the headlights of the car. Got in the car, we were happy, we drove. Guys, it's not even a distance. It's like what? It's like driving from it's not far. The moment I just started the car, I maybe just drove for like maybe not even a minute, there was a police officer in front of me. He's like, stop the car. I at this point I even forgot that I don't have a license, guys. And none of the girls in the car, we all don't have licenses, because we were still in our eras of getting licenses at the time. I stopped the car, and then these guys like I don't even remember what he said, because from here it's just sadness all over. So he's like, can I please have your driver's license? Remember, I'm driving my friend's car, and one thing about my friend, she always kept her license in the car. Okay, so I'm like telling my friend, the passenger princess on my left, Kucha, please take out a license there and give to the gentleman. She takes out the license and hands over to the gentleman. Then he checks the license, he gives it back. And then he says, can the driver please come out? Who's the driver? Me. Remember, this time I'm very hyper. This time I'm very hyper. This time I'm very happy. I'm in all sorts of moods. I didn't even care with this officer. Like, what? I didn't do anything wrong. Okay. Got out of the car, and then he takes out the breather. What is that? That thing that you breathe, the breathalyzer or something? Whatever. That thing that you breathe in, I forgot what it's called. Yeah. That he took out the alcohol tester, the one that you breathe in, right? He takes it out, and then he's like, please breathe in. I'm like, at this point, I don't even know how to breathe. And when I tell you I don't know how to breathe, I don't know how to breathe. At this point, I don't know how to breathe. I'm like, how should I breathe? And then he started demonstrating, but I was still not getting it right. I was just like, it's like, no, you need to. I'm just, guys, there's a fly in my room. Okay, it's out. So at this point, he was demonstrating how I should do it. And guys, I was failing terribly, but I managed to get it right. Guys, when I finally managed to get it right, you would not believe the amount of alcohol reading that was on that thing. It was, I think in Namibia, the limit is 0.3 or 0 point something, 0.3? Is it 0.3? above that. I'm not sure, somebody can correct me, but I know there is a limit of the amount of alcohol you need to have in your system, right? Mine was not here, not here, not here, not here, near top notch. That's how much alcohol level I had in my body. This man says, you have reached your limit, and unfortunately I'll have to arrest you. I'm like, excuse me? In fact, he said I should read the reading on the thingy, on the tester. 0. I think it was 0.90 something or 0.80 something, but I know it was that high. That's how high it was. And then I still read it confidently, because you said I must read. So I'm reading to you, Mr. Officer. Then he says repeat, and then I repeated. And I think this time I was doing it with such an attitude, because I was just happy. Alcohol makes you happy. Alcohol makes me happy, guys. Alcohol used to make me happy at that point. Or in fact, alcohol made me happy that day. But also I was happy because it was my birthday. Then he says, who in this car knows how to drive or has a license? Nobody. Then he says, so you have to call somebody to come remove this car and drop your friends at home, because you are coming with us. Coming with you where? To the police station. What did I do wrong? Ma'am, you are coming with us in our car. It was 2 men, 2 males. I still remember those guys very well, 2 of them. And then I called my friend, Kucha, you know, the other one that I was saying he must come drop us home. I'm like, my nigga, you have to come and drive this car, because the officer stopped me. I don't know why. So he's like, where? I'm like, here by Avani. I'm going with them. They said we are going to the police station, so the girls will wait for you. I told the girls, okay, our friend is coming, so give me a call. I have my phone. I'm in heels, I look hot, and there I was going in the police officer's vehicle, right? We got in that vehicle, and then I was asking them, like, what else did I do wrong apart from the reading that says I drank alcohol? Guys, it's my birthday, and then I'm at the back and I'm most now storying with the guys, but they didn't seem interested. Then I asked them, now what else did I do wrong? It's like, your lights were not on. I forgot to switch on the light, Moss. I forgot. So they drove to the police station that is in Academia. I'm not sure if it's Academia or one of those locations. And then we were there for maybe 40 minutes. They were writing, I don't know what statements they were writing, and I was getting very agitated. I'm just like, can we just leave? I need to go back to my friends. Then they were like, yeah, ma'am, you need to be patient because we are doing our police work. Whatever they were writing. So then when they were done writing, then they decided we are going to the hospital. I'm like, why are we going to the hospital? Is somebody sick or what? They're like, no, you need to go do blood tests. I'm like, do blood tests for what? No, because in your docket, we need to put in your blood test results, just in case the tester was not correctly reading, or the tester didn't give accurate readings. So we need to test your blood. I'm like, are you serious? Now, at this point, it was getting really, really serious with me now. I'm like, okay. So we drove to Katotora Hospital. Katotora Hospital is one of our public hospitals in Namibia for all my international subscribers, because we have international subscribers, all right? So it's a public hospital. So we drove to Katotora Hospital, and it was around what, maybe to 11. And at this point, I was not about to walk in the hospital looking like a whole criminal with these officers in uniform. So the city police officers wear dark blue with it's a blue uniform, but it was going accordingly to my dress code, because I was wearing a dark blue dress. So I was like, in order for us or in order for me not to look like a criminal, I'm not going to walk in there like I did something wrong, you know. One of you need to give me a hat so I look like an officer myself. I said, it's either you give me your hat or I'm not working in that hospital. And at this point, these guys were just done with me. One of them was like, you know what, take the hat. So he gave me his hat and then I put it on. And then we all walked in the hospital looking like we are police officers. City police officers for this matter. We got in the hospital. There was no need for us to go in the line because I think it's protocol. You go directly into the doctor's room. So we went directly into the doctor's room, and then they were like, no, hi doctor, we brought in this lady. She was arrested for drink and drive. This is how much the reading were. So we just want to get her blood test for her docket. And then this lady was like, oh guys, why are you arresting the lady on her bed? I'm like, exactly. She was like, can't you guys just let her go or something? And they're like, no, the thing is we could, but she has too much alcohol in her system. And she's like, no, just allow her to go sleep, you know, drop her home or something. These guys, my dear, they were ready to make me an example because, guys, I'm born in February, and probably they didn't arrest anybody in the whole January. Probably I was the first woman to be arrested in that specific year, and they just wanted to make me an example. Anyways, we finished with the doctor. The doctor was not able to convince them, but anyways, we finished. She took my blood tests and off we went. I'm not sure about the reading, or I don't even think you get the reading exactly there, but I think the hospital sends the things to the police office, I think the next day or something, I don't know. Went back to the police station, and my friends were already there waiting for me, and I found them outside, and then there I was walking in with the officers, and I could not stay with my friends. I had to go inside. You know, when the police office, where the police officers sit, there I was with them on that side, and I was talking to my friends over the counters and stuff. So time was going. It took them probably an hour just to finish all the paperwork and what. And there I was now confident that they are not gonna do anything, man. They're just gonna let me go home. I had so much hope, you guys. I had a whole lot of hope. They finished with their paperwork. And then guess what? One of the officers says, come with us. You are going to sleep here. I'm like, sleep where? Here. When you say here, what are you saying? No, you are going to sleep in this station. Unfortunately, it's already beyond time. This is according to them. When they arrest a female offender, there's a time limit on when to take the female offenders to the female holding cell, which is in Kleinwindhoek. So I think after 11 or after 12, I'm speaking under correction. If there's a police officer here, maybe come correct us. But after 11 or after 12, you are not allowed to be taken on the other side. You'll be only taken the next day, after you've decided whether you are paying bail or whatever, you know. But I could not be taken there. I had to spend the night there. At that point I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going in the cell. So they opened, my darling Namibians, when you go in town, the police station in town, that black door that they keep opening, the one that makes a lot of noise, he opened that door and then he said I must walk in. I thought he was going to throw me in the cell. There I started shivering because at this point my life was over. I'm like, huh? Yeah, walk. Where? Walk, my sister. Then I walk in my heels. You guys, this is how gorgeous I look. Ne? This, guys see the picture? I was walking in that door and it was smelling horrible. And then when I entered, there's like sitting area. When you enter, there's like a whole sitting area, and then when you proceed, there's like a table where the night shift normally will sit and work. And then on the other side, that's where the holding cells for all the males way, and you could literally see these people in their holding cells. Guys, it was so creepy. It was so creepy. I could not a lot of things. Here I was, I'm seated with these officers, and they didn't seem to care. Guys, I started crying. I was terrified to the core. At that point, all the alcohol that I had in my system has vanished. All I was doing is crying and crying. Oh my gosh, I was so scared. I cried. I couldn't even put my feet down. I was literally, oh my gosh, it was bad. It was so bad. It was so bad, right? So I was crying, and then I remember I text my friends, and I'm like, no, they don't want to let me go. Apparently I'm sleeping here. I was being a crybaby. Then one of the officers like, sister, you are making noise. You are making noise. It's either you keep quiet, you save your tears for tomorrow or another day for people that actually care. Because at this point we don't care. You are just disturbing us. We are trying to work. I was like, oh, sorry. And then I stopped crying, and then I had to calm myself down. I tried to sleep, and then at that point I was now texting all my guy friends, like, then they were calling. I'm like, no, I'm at this what. Then they were like, no, we are sending our friend. What? Then I was now feeling myself. I had to calm myself down, and I was like, hi guys, can I help? I was asking the police officers, can I help? And this individuals that were in their holding cells, they can see me, and they see how hot I look. They were just like, oh sister, you're so hot. You know, they were going, men, typical men. So at that point, I now regained my consciousness, and you know, I was like, it's either I do something about this situation or I'm going to drown in my sorrows. I'm not gonna sleep, so let me rather help the officers. I was like, guys, how can I help? Can I be of help? And like, yeah, you can help, you can write. Then I started writing, helping. I was basically working for them. I was a police officer that night. Oh my gosh. We worked, and then a few of some police officer people came. They were just like, boop, boop, boop. Hi, I'm looking for Delta. I'm like, no, I was sent by who just to make sure you are okay. Don't worry, tomorrow you go home, you probably just pay bail and na. Like, a lot of police officers kept coming because a few of my friends were now calling their officer friend, no, go check up on our friend. Then they are allowed to come in, and they were checking up on me, and they were making sure that I'm okay. And I felt like, hi girly, you know. Yeah. The next day, these people now needed to change their shift. The next day, the new shift came in, and I called one of my friends at a time, and she was able to come and bail me out. I think at the time, drink and drive was it 3,000 or 4,000? I'm not too sure, but it was around that time. So my friend had to bail me out. And then I was able to go home. After that, I got in trouble. I got in trouble for driving without a license. I literally just had a learner's. They wanted to suspend my learners, but thank God it didn't happen. I paid that amount. I was released, went home. All my friends, they didn't even go to work. They literally just went home. In the morning, they came back again to wait for me to be released, and then that's how this story ended. So if you are watching this, and especially to my young people that are still to get their licenses or whatever, please be careful. If you are going out drinking, right, do not drive. There's so many platforms now that you can, or rather transport means that you can use to go out and drinking. You can use Yango, you can use InDrive, you can use Lefa. just do not get on that wheel, because now it's extremely expensive to bail. It's like 8,000 now to bail you out when you are arrested under the influence of alcohol. Be safe. If you are going out and you are going with your friends, at least one of you shouldn't drive. Some of us are now at the point where we need to contribute and bail our friends out because they're just being reckless. Don't be like me, right? I always keep saying this in my story times. Don't be like me. There's so much awareness around things that are happening in this country. Do better. You know better now. You are not the first person to experience, or you might not be the first person to experience this, but learn from our experiences. Learn from Delta's experience. I had a very good support system. They were able to make sure that I was fine. They were able to come and bail me out immediately. It might not be the same for you. All I know is that's not a good space to be in. Being arrested on its own, it's already not a good feeling. Being in that cell, I can imagine how terrifying it should be, especially for us women. You do not want to see yourself there. So I'm cautioning you watching me right now. It doesn't matter in which country you find yourself. Do not get behind the wheel when you are under the influence of, okay? Take it from me. I've learned my lesson. Never done it again. We are in 2024. I've never drank and gotten on the wheel. I will either not drink at all or not drive at all. If I know I'm going to be driving, then I take a yango. If I know I'm not going to be, if I know I'm not going to be, if I know I'm going to be drinking, I take a yango. If I know I want to go drink in peace, which I don't do much anymore, then I'll get somebody to pick me up or somebody to go with that can drive us back, you know. But be safe, guys. Be safe, and let's just create awareness where we can. Let's use our channel, let's use our Instagrams, let's use our TikToks to educate and just warn and caution our brothers and sisters out there. So yeah, let's just be careful when we're out there drinking. Really, if you are my friend and you know you want to go get lit, you want to go get drunk, you want to go have fun, call me and say, Delta, I want to go out. I need a driver. I have done it before for so many of my male friends, especially. I'll personally come and drop you. And when you, doesn't matter what time you call me, you can call me 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning to come pick you up from your groove, because I'll obviously not join you because I don't like groove like that anymore. So for as long as you are safe, call me at 4, call me at 3 o'clock. I'm drunk, I can't drive. I'll stand up and I'll drive and I'll come pick you up. So let's just be vigilant, because I'm not going to bail. I'm not going to pay 8,000 for anybody that is just being reckless and do not want to use their minds to think. Like, why are you not thinking that I can help you, can pick you up? So you want me to spend 8,000 to bail you out? I'm not doing it, but I can drive and can pick you up when you are drunk. So let's really just be careful, and yeah, be responsible. What's the worst that can happen if you don't take your car to? But you could save a lot of lives. You could save your own life if you don't drive. You could prevent accidents. You know, accident rates are so high in this country. I'm a road safety advocate, so prevention of road accidents is my thing. So please, if you can save your life, if you can save a life, if you can avoid something, please do avoid it, especially when it involves alcohol. Avoid it. If you can drink at home, please do. If you can't, go out there and have your fun, but just do not get behind that wheel. Save me, save the next person, save yourself, and save the nation at large. All right? Yeah. I hope this was informative. This is where it ends, really. I love you guys so much. Thank you. Please do like, subscribe. If you have experienced something similar like what I just shared, please do comment in the comment section. But let's just teach each other the ways. You might get away with it, getting officers that might be lenient with you. I didn't have money I didn't even think of paying anybody off because my level of alcohol was up here, PG. So yeah, be careful out there and please be safe. From me, the educator, I shall see you guys on the next video.